VCP is the foundation of everything I teach. If you don't get VCP right, almost nothing else you do will really work. So it stands for three things. It stands for visibility, credibility, profitability. And it's a chronological process. You have to start with visibility and then go to credibility and then from credibility to profitability. Visibility is where people know who you are and they know what you do. Credibility is where people know who you are, they know what you do, and they know you're good at it. Now, they might know you're good at it because they know people who know you, or they've watched you operate for a while, or they know people who've used that have used your business, and so they really know you're good at what you're doing. You're at credibility. And then, after you get through credibility, you can get to profitability, and profitability is where people know who you are, they know what you do, they know you're good at it, and they're willing to help you in some way. So profitability doesn't always necessarily mean cash. It means that you have a profitable relationship, a give and take, that you're helping the other person, they're helping you. It could be a referral in business. It could be a referral for a job. It could be an idea or information. So it's a reciprocal relationship of some kind. Where everything really goes wrong is when people try to jump over the process and they meet somebody and they're not even at visibility. I mean, I've met people at networking events. If I met them a week later, I would have no idea who they were and what they did. But I'd meet them at a networking event and they're asking for a referral or asking for business. A really good example is, I do this whole presentation on the butterfly effect of networking and how I've had an opportunity to meet Richard Branson several times. And it's a great story, but I know that whenever I tell that to a large audience, there's going to be someone who comes up and says, "Hi, my name's so-and-so. You know what? I'd really love for you to introduce me to Richard." And that happened, it happened not long ago, where they're like, "I've got this great service. It's a marketing service that'll help with his credit card processing, and he would be perfect, and this would be perfect for him. Would you give me a referral?" And I looked at him and I said, "I'm sorry, my name's Ivan. What was your name again?" And it was the kind of a pattern interrupt was my goal, was because they were on this roll. They were selling. We weren't even at visibility. Forget about credibility. And they're asking for this introduction, and there's no chance in hell I would give somebody a referral to someone like that when I don't know anything about this individual. It's just not a chance. Plus, the fact that I need to be at really strong credibility with somebody to give them the referral. And up until recently, I don't think I was. And so I was barely at visibility with Branson. And here's somebody that I have no visibility with who wants me to make an introduction. Not going to happen. No chance. And that is done often. And that's why a lot of people don't like networking. They kind of, this will really date me, they kind of view networking like Herb Tarlick. You remember the salesman from WKRP in Cincinnati? He's always in the plaid shirts. "Hi, I'm Herb. We should be doing this. We should be doing that." And they view networking like that. And I understand why. Because that's really not relationship networking. That's just selling.
Mm-hmm. What's an example of a story? If somebody were going to be weaving the VCP theme through a story, would it be maybe their story of how they progressed through visibility, credibility, and profitability and captured the brass ring eventually?
Yes. Any story that talks about how they took their time to build the relationship. Networking is more about farming than it is about hunting. It's about cultivating relationships with other business professionals. And so if you have a story about where you took your time to build that connection and to build that trust with the other person, and that you go from really pre-visibility. There's actually a fourth stage I haven't talked about that comes before visibility. I call it invisibility. You are invisible to the people who you are trying to do business with. And there's even a sort of a 4A that comes before visibility, and that's called irritability, where people are just plain irritating. They're trying to sell, and they're really irritating. So what you want to do is tell a story about how you went from simple visibility with someone where they really just kind of knew your name, and then built that relationship where you were very visible. They knew who you are and what you did, and then how you established credibility. That's really the key. And people say to me, how do you do it? Well, it really depends on who you're talking to. You establish credibility differently depending on what the needs of that individual are. So the best way to establish credibility is to find a way to help someone. If you can find a way to help someone by asking them questions and finding out what's going on, and by the way, by help someone, I don't mean sell them your product or service. I mean genuinely find a way to help them. That's a great way to create credibility. And then once you have that credibility, then people want to help you, and they're going to want to pass you business or give you a referral that's of value to you, and you of course, will do the same.